It's your brother and servant, Ras Michael Ra'ah, with our Rastafari Health, where we testify of the core quality of our body, our spirit, and our soul, that which we have received as Rastafari by witnessing the core quality of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit upon the throne of King David, revealed in and through that new name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. And so, testifying of this core quality of our body, our spirit, and our soul, we reveal the core quality of the nature of Rastafari, which is health, happiness, and holiness. That's the core quality of Rastafari, and that which we witnessed in His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. So, in understanding these things, we have made our will obedient to the good influence of those things that promote our health. That being initially our attempt at seeking those things that are idle, those things that are vital for our sustenance, vital for our daily activities. I think His Imperial Majesty said common solutions for common problems. So this is what we look for. This is what we seek for in all things. And so in seeking righteousness, in seeking judgment, to have a clear discernment upon things, we have to promote proper health. We have to promote vitality. We have to promote those things that promote our being, because we have to understand that this physical body is not our own. The things that we see were not created by things that we do see. So we have to understand that our physical body is the reflection of something greater. And in our respect for that which is unseen, we have to have a deep respect for those which are seen. And our relationship with our physical body is just that. It's our understanding of how important it is for us to be deeply in tune with our physical being, deeply in tune with this temple of ours. Because if we become consciously aware of our nature, if we become consciously aware of our being, then we can consciously affirm and consciously reveal all the fruits that we have received in the new name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. So we seek vitality in all things. We seek vitality in all things. So I want to reveal something that I'm sure most of us possibly are unaware of, how unvital this is. And sadly, not only is it unvital, it's something that a lot of us may possibly use on a daily basis, may possibly use within our sacramental rituals, within our sacramental communions. This is what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. This little BIC, this little BIC, the BIC lighter. Yes, I. So what could be wrong with the BIC lighter? Well, let me explain. Is this an idle flame? Is that a natural flame? No, it's not a natural flame. So there we have the first problem. We have the first sign that this may not be good for the eye. This may not properly promote our healthiness, our happiness, and our holiness. Because first off, it's not natural. It's not natural. It's not ITAL. It's not vital. Not right for my lifestyle. Yes, I. So let's talk about it. The BIC lighter is filled with what? Butane. And what happens when you ingest butane? Well, drowsiness, narcissist. Narcissist is when you just have, when you're brought into a complete stupor, like kind of like the feeling you feel when you first wake up, like, that's what narcissist is. And one of the symptoms for those who happen to inhale, who happen to ingest butane, consciously or unconsciously, they have these symptoms. And so when I started thinking about that, I was like, wow, look at that. These same symptoms are things that they attribute to marijuana, things that they attribute to cannabis. And so I got to looking into it a little bit deeper, and I found a lot of information about this butane. This butane actually is pretty poisonous. It's pretty poisonous, and the company, they have worked over their own specific formula of butane. Now, I'm sure you know how we are. They say we conspiracy. Everything is a conspiracy, but it's truth in everything. And if the eye has the ability to discern and recognize, then we can recognize the foul play that's going on. So, me, myself, I have a very, very sensitive physical being. This is why I was led towards herbs and physical health and fitness and training, because I have a very sensitive physical being. And so in order to make myself able to operate in the world, I always have to find ways that are not offensive to how sensitive my body is. And when I say sensitive, I mean, for instance, when I drink tap water, I can feel it. I can feel it in my stomach. I can instantly feel the increase of mucus beginning in the back of my throat. You know, all these small different things, you know, they may seem like nothing, but for somebody who's constantly recognizing the world around him, recognizing what's going on within him, conscious, aware of his body, his soul and his spirit, consciously and aware of his health, his happiness and his holiness, these things are important. So you begin to recognize, and you begin to become your own scientist, if you will, using that temple, using your physical body to help you understand the world around you. And so, as I digress from that, and back to the BIC lighter, you know, where do we go from there? If this flame is not idle, it actually burns at a temperature that is so high that whenever you take it to cannabis, it instantly vaporizes 50 to 40% of the active chemicals and elements within the herb. So when you use this sort of flame, it instantly vaporizes most of the herb and most of its significant effects because of the temperature at which it burns. Also, when you use a BIC lighter and you take it, for instance, when you take it to a chalice, all you're doing is you're inhaling the residual release of butane from this lighter. And when you take that in, it causes all types of sickness. It causes, and it's not an instant thing, but if it's something you're doing every single day, if you wake up and you go straight to the BIC lighter and you go to sleep straight after the BIC lighter, at some point the symptoms and the traces, I'm sure on some element, the traces of it will still be found to residually be recycling in your body. And so it's important that we're conscious of this. We're conscious of the fact that this is not ITAL. Now, what is ITAL, brothers and sisters? What would give us the ITAL flame? This right here is a hemp wick, okay? Made from hemp, that means it's made from the marijuana plant. The male plant, which has less active compounds in it, makes it more useful for cultivating for needs such as paper or wood, clothing, you know, all the textiles, you know, all the different uses that the herb is for. And the hemp actually is, I believe it's kind of coated in some type of, it's beeswax actually. Yeah, it's coated in beeswax, which is why you see that it kind of stands up straight like that, and it has a real slow burn to it, and it actually burns at almost 90 degrees lower than the temperature which you find here. And not only when it burns, it's a natural flame. That's a natural flame. This is natural. This is an ITAL flame. So when you take this to your chalice, where you're completing and sealing the deal, you have the natural fire, you have the natural herb, you have the natural water, you have the natural sound, you know, all the essence, all the elements of this communion: fire, water, wind, air, same difference. Fire, water, air. Also, you have sound, the bubbling of the water, and then you have your own ether, your spiritual being communing all at the same time. So when all these elements come together in a natural ITAL fashion, eureka! You see what I'm saying? Yes, you're able to promote that true communion to which our big brother Moses, our big brother Moses was the first to reveal unto Israel. So we give thanks and praise unto this natural flame, for we know that our God is a what? He's a consuming fire. Yes, he is. He's a consuming fire, a natural fire, a ITAL fire. We give thanks and praise unto the Most High. Jah, Rastafari, I, Selassie, I, the God of our fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh, bless him, for he is one, and he has been revealed upon the throne of King David in that new name of his Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. We praise Jah, Rastafari. Vitality, the core quality of our body, our spirit, and our soul. Yes, sir.